Hi everybody, welcome to a very veggie commentary. I'm here with someone very special, and I mean like very special. We're talking like more than 10 years.
Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think the first time, I think
Who are you?
2013. I'm Russ Mars 2. I'm Russ Mars 2. And, yeah, we go back to, like, I think 2013.
Yeah, holy crap.
Yeah.
So, Russ, why did you choose this hour-long movie?
I think I just like the fact that it has pirates in it, you know? It's
Me
pretty good.
too.
Yeah.
Now,
It's the,
did you get to see this in theaters?
no, I do remember seeing it on, like, a car TV screen. Like, you know, those little TV screens they have that you can have in a car or whatever. I distinctly remember watching it during a road trip or something.
Yeah, me and my sister had one, and she kicked it.
Oh, she kicked the road trip or the copy of the
She
movie?
kicked, no, she kicked we had like a little TV in the back seat, and
Uh-huh.
she just freaking kicked it.
Oh, so I'm assuming that did some damage to it.
Yeah, the thing was cracked, and we just went on drives to school with just a cracked TV that wouldn't
Wow.
work.
Well,
Yeah.
that's pretty amazing. Do you
Man,
think you
look at
could?
that. Huh?
Oh, I was gonna say, do you think you could raise the volume on it a bit? Like, I
Oh,
think it's
yeah.
yeah. Are you able to
Man, look
raise
at
it
that
just a little bit
motion
more?
blur.
Yeah.
So what is one vivid thing that comes to mind when you think of this movie?
Uh, well, is Jonah Archibald? Is that who he is in this movie?
Yeah, yeah.
I remember that, and I remember, like I said, I definitely remember the Larry. Did he have like a spinny chair thing that he like sat around in, or was that like a supplemental music video thing that came with the DVD or something?
I don't remember any chairs. But I should ask, what are you known for, Russ Mars 2?
Oh well, yeah, I guess quite a few things. I mean, you know, the classic stuff, that would be, if you've heard of the Rise of Squeegee, it's like a YouTube poop thing that I started making when I was like 11 or 10. And then me and my brother have we made a bunch of mods, however many years back. My brother especially was really big on Super Smash Bros. Brawl modding. He made a ton of mods. I made a couple mods too. They weren't as good as, or at least the Brawl ones weren't as good as his, but uh,
Yeah, I remember
I
you
made,
helped me with some back in the day.
yeah,
Oh
yeah, I do.
boy.
I think that
Yeah,
was pretty cool. Like I remember you know, you used to ask me about them, and I mean, you're like way. I'd have to ask you about it now because like you're way ahead of me as far as the 3D modeling game goes.
well, I have friends who do a lot of that. I'm just the animated guy.
Oh, okay.
I
That's
mean,
still
I've
a lot of
modified some to make them more,
uh,
accurate, but
right. Yeah,
this is
I mean,
about you.
oh, okay, yeah. I mean, that's still, yeah. So yeah, we got the squeegee stuff, all that, the good old Ouija stuff, the mods. I made Super Mario. My favorite mod that I did was Super Mario 64 DS. I modded Waluigi into that game a couple different times, basically, and I feel like that's one of my greatest achievements. Wah,
Wario
yeah.
Land 4 for the...
Wario Land 4 or the Game Boy Advance. Oh, oh.
Did I tell you I was friends with the guy who made that video?
Yeah, was he Marlin Gaming
Marlon.
Nation? Yeah, I used to comment. Sometimes I would comment on his stuff, and he would like respond to it. I never like knew him. I never had like a full-on conversation with him or anything. But
Yeah, whatever
uh,
happened to his channel? Like, I haven't checked up on it in almost 10 years.
yeah, yeah, right. I guess he just talks about like I know I think it's Marlin Gaming Nation now. He doesn't make as much Nintendo related stuff. I guess he just kind of talks about like whatever video games, like PS5, Xbox, kind of stuff like that. But he did.
Yeah.
I was gonna say he did have a separate, because I think his Wario shorts got like briefly taken down, and then he like re-uploaded them and made like I think it was a new like plush short or some like cooking with Wario type thing, and then he just kind of disappeared from the Wario scene again, or Wario or Wario.
When you said plush Wario, you remind me of that scene from Cute Mario Bros. Where Wario's on the toilet talking about Red Lobster.
Oh, I think I remember you bring that up once.
Yeah.
I remember the first, I don't know if it was Cute Mario Bros. The movie, but when I was a little, like when YouTube was like new, I think it was like 2006 or 2007, he had some like, it was like some movie where Kermit the Frog was like the main villain or something. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I remember vaguely.
And like, I remember Jack Skellington came out of nowhere on like the, as like the finale, and he saved Mario from Kermit the Frog. And I was like, what is going on? But I thought it was like the coolest thing ever.
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh, this scene always gets me. Sifu. Oh, look at those fish. I don't even think Finding Nemo could ever top that. I hope they don't eat those words.
This is peak fish right here.
This is peak cinema. Look at that fish inside that helmet.
Yeah.
Wait, how do they have human objects in a world filled with vegetables?
I don't know. I'm trying to think. I guess just they're a very advanced society of vegetables, I guess.
I know the movie after this was supposed to have humans in it.
Oh, wait. Like they were like cut from it, or they're like actually in it?
It was supposed to be an origin story of like Bob and Larry.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and there were humans living amongst talking vegetables.
Okay, so they would have, I guess they would have been like the size of actual vegetables.
Yeah. They lived in some kid's drawer.
Oh, wow. Not
I
the
still
fridge.
hope we get that movie, because I've seen the concept art, and Phil loves to talk about it.
Does he, is there oh, sorry?
Wait, what?
Oh no, I was just gonna say, is there any way for Phil, like, is there any way for him to, like, if he wanted to, would he be able to make, like, is he in a position to get any new, like, VeggieTales content made, or does he not have any ownership over, like, the rights or anything at this point?
Oh, he has nothing to do with them anymore. Like, they screwed him over.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I mean, he's making a new show.
Yeah, I didn't see I saw the thumbnail, the Phil and Mike show. I haven't seen the actual trailer, but I did see the thumbnail for it.
Yeah, so you have Phil and Mike, and they sound just like Bob and Larry, and then you have Stanley, who's Pa Grape, basically.
I see.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be kind of like the new VeggieTales.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate because we're getting a Larry Boy movie, and when they got some backlash, they reached out to Mike Naraki, who voices Larry, and we don't know if he accepted to be the voice of Larry for that.
I see.
I mean, if I was in his position, it would be a hard decision for me, because on one hand, you want to keep the fans happy, but on the other, it's gonna feel odd not working with someone who literally started the show.
Right. Yeah, so they would just have Mike as the voice of Larry, but they wouldn't have Phil involved in any way.
Yeah, and it's so funny because there was a teaser poster that was released and then deleted, and it said Larry Boy Begins on it.
Wow.
Like they were really ripping off Batman Begins.
Well, if it's called Larry Boy, if they're going with Larry Boy Begins, I wonder what they would have in place of like The Dark Knight as his like title.
I don't. What is his title? I don't think I remember. They may have talked about it one time. Oh goodness, that rapid zoom on that one fish.
Yeah. When was this movie made?
2002.
Some of the stuff in the background is actually pretty well like lit and rendered. Like I'm impressed because I'm assuming it has like obviously a much smaller budget than like a big like Pixar movie or something, but everything like on it, like I know there's like the whole meme about like when you're a kid something looks amazing and then like when you're an adult like it looks like crap, but like this like actually looks better than I remember it looking.
Yeah, VeggieTales held up. I would say even the earlier episodes held up. Maybe from Rack Check and Benny onward.
Uh-huh.
Also, I don't know if you knew this, but did you know there's a bong hidden in this movie?
What?
Someone
I did
modeled.
not know that.
Okay, so I think I got it wrong when I was explaining it to Nibrock, but someone was working at Big Idea at 3 a.m. And I think they were just working on lighting, and they were mad that they couldn't work on Jonah itself, so they modeled a bong and hid it in the hull of the pirate ship.
Oh my gosh. What the heck? I'm gonna have to. I can't believe they overlooked that. I'm gonna have to look for that now.
It's on Twitter. I mentioned it, and one of the concept artists at Big Ideas is like, I don't know if I should believe you. And then the guy who did it comes in reply with, no, it's true. I have a screenshot somewhere.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, both of their names are Joe.
Wow.
Yeah, you got Joe Spatterford and then Joe McFadden.
Wow. So is Joe McFadden like he's a concept artist for this?
Joe Spatterford. Wait, I don't know if he was brought in for this. Joe Spatterford was brought in for Veggie Island first.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you played any of the computer games.
Yeah, I can't remember. Did you know that? I'm sure you've heard about Larry Boy for the GBA. That like.
Yeah, I had that one.
Yeah, I heard they were selling. You could buy that online, a brand new package up until like just a couple years ago.
Yeah, I was like making people aware, and then after I made the video, they're like, "Yeah, we have no more."
Oh man, that's such a shame.
I shouldn't have said anything, so it would be up to this day.
Yeah.
Because
like,
I think that was like the last Game Boy Advance game being sold brand new, like from the source.
Yeah, honestly, I think GBA is actually my favorite Nintendo console.
Really?
Yeah, I love like Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. What are you not for the Game Boy Advance? Even I know a lot of people hate Mario Party Advance, but I kind of like it.
I do too. I live streamed it. I really like the solo campaign.
I know. I love the with the little boot and the shoe, and like honestly, the mini games they're not bad at all. And the music is like some of the best in the series, I think.
Yeah, I think the main reason people rag on it is because it's not multiplayer.
Yeah, that's what I think. Like it's a very different kind of game than regular Mario Party, and it's just kind of, I guess it's a little weird to not have a multiplayer Mario Party since I guess that's the whole point of the game, but it really feels like, I mean, on its own merits, it's a really solid game, I think.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah. Wait,
Yeah?
So, with the, I wasn't totally paying attention. Did they go back in time here, or is it just like a desert setting?
Oh, they went back in time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because
wait, unless you're talking about the pirate movie.
No, I'm talking about the pirate movie. Not Mario. No.
Now, did you go see the pirate movie in theaters when it came out?
Okay. Do you mean like
the pirates
this one, or do you
anything?
mean the other pirate movie?
The other one.
That one I also saw on a car trip. I saw both of these. They were separate car trips. I saw yeah, I saw this one, and then I did see the one about the pirates. I remember that one. Did it start out as like they were doing like a play or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then did
They
they
went
like
back
become...
in time.
Oh, okay, so kind of like this movie, I guess.
Well, it's not
Or...
really them going back in time in this one, then
Oh.
telling a story, I guess.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
I was
one...
just
Yeah?
oh, I was just confused because I saw the pirates show up before this part started.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Well, there's that detail that I missed it until... I mean, I missed it during this watch, but like their clothes are more withered when they're in the restaurant compared to this.
Oh, okay. So does that have like some kind of significance to the what's
I
going
guess
on
just
here?
like how long ago it was.
Uh-huh.
I'm bad at explaining things.
No, it's okay. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen this movie.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Have you listened to the like audio commentaries?
I don't think so. I just don't usually listen to too many commentary features in general, so.
Oh, well, if you ever have the time, I totally recommend the Larry and Mr. Lunt commentary. It's like the closest you'll ever get to a VeggieTales podcast. Mr. Lunt just keeps talking about how this movie was ran on Krispy Kreme donuts, and then randomly just brings up Long John Silver's out of nowhere,
Wow,
which leads to him talking about passing kidney stones.
Oh, that's a pretty big escalation right there.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I really love Mr. Lunt. He's just so unhinged.
So they were doing it in so they were doing it like in character?
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty great.
Yeah, and Larry gets up to use the bathroom in the middle of the film, and Mr. Lunt gets really mad at him.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
He's
just
like,
noticed...
lay off the prunes!
Wow.
Fine, I'll have some of these pretzels.
Yeah, that would definitely be better than prunes for going to, not going to the bathroom. But I just noticed I was a bit taken aback by Jonah just saying don't do drugs, stay in school. Like I know he's saying don't do drugs, but it was just kind of funny that that was part of his song, I guess.
Yeah, I remember there was like a reaction channel that like mixed it up to say don't do school, stay in drugs.
Wow, it's like a YouTube poo.
Yeah, basically. There are a bunch of VeggieTales YouTube poops. Some of my favorites are from, I don't know if you're familiar with Jimmy Davis.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Larry Man in the frickin' something. I forget what it was.
Oh, Larry Man.
Say what?
Like Larry Man instead of Larry Boy.
Yeah. You know the origins of that, right? Where it was supposed to be Bat Bob?
Oh, I actually didn't. But
Yeah,
I
so
know,
it was supposed to be Bat Bob and Larry Boy. The reason why that never happened was because when they were working on Dave and the Giant Pickle, they're like, you know, Larry should dress up like a superhero because he doesn't feel special, and then they just stuck with Larry Boy.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
It makes sense that there's definitely some Batman inspiration going on there because Archie Bald is literally just playing a character called Alfred. And he's
Yeah.
butler.
It's just blatantly Alfred.
Yeah.
There's some gruesome aspects to like the first two Larry Boy episodes though.
Oh, I can't remember. I know I definitely remember one of them. Were the first two the rumor weed and the fib?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of the rumor weed one, like it was a whole year ago. I didn't see the whole thing. I was just looking through some scenes of it because just the video you made where you dub over the rumor weed, or you animated her and you gave her this new Joyzy smoker voice like that.
I came across this Crest toothpaste, and I gotta say, it's not that bad. I should recommend this to Sharon.
Yeah, that was the one. Although the Sharon part that's new. Yeah.
For some reason, when I do the smoking lady impression, I always have to bring in her friend Sharon.
Oh, Sharon, she's my smoking buddy. We always like to go in stores that say no smoking and just smoke anyways. They can never tell it's us.
And then we go get our nails done, and we're like, can you paint little things on each individual nail?
Yeah, and we'll smoke while they're doing it. They'll call the cops on us. We won't care, like the cops, they can cuff us. We're not gonna let go of our cigarettes or anything like that.
Some places it works, like if you go into a Chuck E. Cheese's and just smoke, everyone runs out, you get the whole place to yourself.
Yeah.
Up until the cops come.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like, I don't know, I was gonna try and think of something clever to say, but I really couldn't.
Do you know this wasn't supposed to originally be a full film? It was supposed to be an episode. But Mike kept writing for, the parts where, they're out on the road and all that stuff.
Uh-huh.
And it just kept going on and on. And Phil's just like, let's just make the movie.
Wow,
He did say God warned him not to make it.
Not to make the episode
film.
Or the movie.
And you can see what happened afterward with the bankruptcy.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because Big Idea went bankrupt, right?
Yeah. And were falsely found guilty when Hit Entertainment was suing them. And the worst part is Phil had sold off the rights to Big Idea, and the whole case was overturned 5 months later.
Oh, man, what the heck?
Yeah.
Wow.
That is not awesome.
Yeah. It's so awesome.
Man, it was so cool how they just lost everything. Nah.
That's crazy. And when was the VeggieTales revival thing? Was that in 2019 or?
Yeah, you talk about when they're on the stage and everything?
I think so.
Yeah. They tricked Phil and Mike for that one because they said they'd give them full control, and then it ended up being them yeah, we want you to slow down the pace and everything.
I see.
Yeah.
So they got kind of screwed out of it again.
Yeah, and then they wanted to do a podcast, and Phil and Mike asked for more creative control, and then that's when the current owner of Big Idea was like, yeah, no, you can leave.
That's a shame.
I know!
So I'm wondering, when they kicked them out, did they try to push the Christian element out with them, or did they still keep it in there with all the?
They keep it in there, but I feel like they missed the point. It's subtle. It's not. It's like, oh, be good to your friend, and then they just bring in some random Bible verse.
Yeah, it's like they're like, yeah, we have to include it, but we kind of want to avoid it. Or is it like that kind of feeling?
And the worst part is they're trying to target towards preschoolers when that was never VeggieTales' audience.
Yeah, it's more like, I guess it's kind of like I guess you could say it's like a similar demographic to SpongeBob. I mean, it's safe. It's it's good for preschoolers, but it's not dumbed down in the kind of way a preschool show might be.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. Would it be what do you call it? Would it be appropriate to say Bluey is sort of the same?
Oh yeah. Do you mean the same demographic for VeggieTales would be the Bluey kind of age group, or?
Well, Bluey's age group.
Because it is a preschool.
Fully.
Yeah, it's like a preschool show, but it's a much smarter preschool show, I guess. That makes any sense?
Yeah. Did you know there are Vine Sauce references in Bluey?
I didn't know that.
They hid the vine sauce mushroom in a pile of plush toys
Wow.
in a shot, and then they made Vinny and Joel into characters.
What the heck? So they're just like, wow, like, especially imagining Joel, and is it Joel or Joel? How do you say his name?
I think it's Joel.
Okay, Joel. So does he have like, is he like a Viking dog with like a beard or something?
Viking dog? No, I guess they're just regular people with hats. Wait, no.
Okay.
So Vinny has a hat on. It has like the question block thing, and then Joel just has a shirt with like the skull on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's still pretty cool though. I know he's got the Varg Skeletor skull or whatever on his like avatar.
No, I don't think I'm educated. What's the hull of the ship?
Yeah.
Because I'm looking for the friggin' bong.
I'm really gonna have to look out for that bong.
I hope it's in a shot, because that'd be funny.
It's
being
like
a G-rated movie with a friggin' bong.
How did they miss that? Like, I feel like it's gonna be like searching for Bigfoot, trying to find that bong.
Yeah. Well, Joe did say he hit it, so.
Oh, let's see. Yeah, I guess it could have shown up already for all we know if you just kind of hid it in the background.
I just think it's funny because imagine how much render time that probably added.
Yeah, literally. There's just like, imagine the bong is like the highest, poly thing in like the scene or something. So it just adds like an extra hour or two. They're like, man, this is a pretty basic scene. Why is it taking so long to render?
I never noticed there was hopscotch on the deck. Like, that's the first time I noticed it. This is probably the whole of the Wait, is that the bong on top of the barrel? Wait!
Oh, is it? Do you wanna...
I don't know! I don't know. You got a lot of stuff wrapped in rope. I thought that was a bong.
Oh no.
I don't know if it's out of the shot, but I really think it's just funny to know there's one in here.
Yeah, they might want to be careful with that. It'll turn into some roast veggies or something.
Wait, why did they mark... Whoever was down here marked the wall, and I wonder why.
Oh, like they're counting the days until they're free or something.
Yeah, from prison!
They may have killed a man in this ship. Or, held it... There is a vegetable that spent the last of his days in here, like, no doubt.
Oh. Well, that's the thing. The pirates said they'd never sailed before.
Uh-huh.
So, like,
so it's like
who would have been
took
down
someone
there?
else. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, unless Khalil did that.
Is that the... Oh, I guess he could. Yeah. Is he...
Mario looking at.
Yeah, he does. Khalil, I totally didn't, like, I don't think I had a single thought about this character in 20 years, and I just, like, instantly remembered him as soon as he showed up on screen.
I just think it's funny that he looks like Mario.
Yeah, he does look like Mario. Is he
No, not Wario.
Oh no, I said I said Mario.
Oh.
He's got Wario. He'd have like the garlic-shaped nose if he was Wario.
Yeah. Like, this gives you a little taste of how Big Idea would have modeled Mario, I guess.
Yeah. Like, the lankier head almost makes me think a little bit of... He's got a little bit of Luigi, too, but I guess his mustache is kind of more like Mario's.
Yeah. I've seen concept art of Khalil, and there is some disturbing stuff.
Wow.
Like, yeah?
No, is he supposed to be like a caterpillar, or...
I think he's supposed to be a worm, but I
guess
think that's why he comes
worm.
in to say my mother was a caterpillar, my father was a worm.
Oh, okay.
So he's like a hybrid, I guess.
I see.
Have you seen the bloopers to this movie?
Uh, I've seen, there was definitely I don't think it was a blooper, but the pirates who usually don't do anything, I remember there being some kind of music video, and it wasn't, I don't think it was part of the movie itself, but on like the DVD.
Yeah.
It
was like a remix of the Pirates Who Don't Do Anything song.
Yeah, it must have been. And that was where the spinny, I think that was where the spinny chair was.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. No, but like there was a whole blooper reel for this movie, and it was hilarious. I think one of the shots was the porcupine killed the cameraman.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah, Bob just says, well, nobody got hurt, and then you just see the quill come in, and you hear, ah! And you see
Wow.
from the camera perspective of just the guy falling over.
Oh my gosh. I guess that porcupine shows violence.
Yeah.
I like it how the animals, like the porcupine and stuff, are like, you know, the size of an actual like porcupine, and then like all the veggies and everything are like human size.
Yeah, Khalil had a growth spurt later on.
Oh wow, is he like how is he like the size of everyone else or something? Or...
No, he's the size of a bug right now, but like I get somewhere in 2010 they're like, let's just make him big, and so he got like the plankton treatment.
Oh, okay, like,
you know, where plankton started really tiny and then out of nowhere he just got big.
Oh, I do remember in season 1 he has a little. Yeah, I guess he's kind of like, he's like actually like almost like he's really tiny, like the size of a flea in season 1, and then season 2 or season 3 and onwards, he's kind of like up to SpongeBob's like ankle or his socks or whatever.
Yeah, so with Khalil, it started off, he'd be the size of Larry's nose, and then when they made him bigger, he was up to Larry's hip.
The heck? That's kind of scary having this like that's a huge caterpillar worm creature. Like that's a record size.
Yeah, and
bug.
then they kept that in the VeggieTales show.
What the heck?
Jonah! What? Who is it? Jonah! Where are you going?
I'm running out of things to say.
Yeah.
Help! Oh, what? So how about that Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door remake?
Oh yeah, I was surprised. Well, I guess I'm after Mario RPG. I guess I'm not like super surprised, but I'm still really impressed that they chose the Thousand-Year Door out of like every Paper Mario game to like remake. Like I think they definitely took notice that was the fan favorite. I mean.
Yeah, I feel like one of the ways they were able to do it was because, like, with Miyamoto occupied with movies in the parks, they were like, let's do it, and he won't notice a thing.
Yeah, they had to sneak it past him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really loved that. I mean, when I was a little kid, I don't know if you remember the Gus character in like Rogueport, but there was like one of the
It's like
thugs,
a dog-human looking thing.
Yeah, he might have been, but I got stuck on that, and I tried for hours and hours, and I could never beat him, and I think you don't even actually have to fight him, so I actually...
Wait, are you talking about the guy who's, like, blocking part of the town?
Yeah.
With the spear? Oh, okay, he's not a dog. I'm thinking of one of the, what do you call it? One of the Rogueport, dog-looking people. I don't remember what their names are.
I think, yeah, Gus, he might have been like a turtle or Koopa looking thing.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, I remember, so I just tried over and over, I kept losing, and then, and I tried it again in the 8th grade, which was like 6 or 7 years later, and then I realized I don't even think you had to like fight him or anything, and then I was like, wow, I was a really stupid little kid playing this game.
Oh my god, I had a similar experience with like Shadow the Hedgehog, where there was like
Uh-huh.
I couldn't beat it like as a kid, and then 8 years later I play it again and I blow through whatever I left off on.
Oh wow. Did you get the true ending of that game?
No, I still haven't 100%ed.
Oh, okay. Are you excited for the Sonic movie 3?
Yes,
I've been
Keanu Reeves.
yes, I know. I have been obsessing over that trailer so much. I'm like constantly checking like every other hour.
Me too.
Like,
How
like,
come
what is this
Mufasa
trailer?
gets a trailer and friggin' Sonic
I know.
3 doesn't yet?
I know.
They're both coming out on the same day.
I know. I want to see Shadow, and now Keanu Reeves is Shadow. Like, I want to see that so bad. Like, and then did you hear about the leaked CinemaCon trailer? Or not leaked, but the CinemaCon trailer description?
I feel like I do, where they can't like open it.
Right. Or they but basically Shadow, I guess he has his bike from Shadow the Hedgehog in like the trailer they showed.
Oh, you're talking about when they premiered it at what was it, CinemaCon?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought you were talking about where like some of these theaters have the trailer or something on a file and they can't.
Oh yeah,
open it.
I saw that too.
I mean, they must really be determined with this movie if they're waiting this long to give us a trailer.
I know, man. I have just for a month or two straight. I've just been every single day, like whenever there's like nothing going on, I'm just like checking, look up Sonic 3 trailer. I'm like, when is this thing coming out? I was like, come on, guys.
I fell for one of the fan-made posters. It was like a a knockoff of the Spider-Man 3.
Oh yes.
Yeah, with Venom, and I thought it was real. I'm like, wait,
Oh.
I shared it with someone, and then they're like, okay, here's the full thing. I'm like, oh, this was fan-made. It was really well done, though. It looked too real.
I think I saw one. Like I saw one that was definitely the Spider-Man 3 poster, and it looked pretty legit. And I think I saw it yesterday. I don't know if I've actually seen a few different edits where they kind of like reference the Spider-Man 3 poster.
Yeah, the one I saw was Sonic and Shadow were like on top of a building.
Yeah, I think that was the one I just saw.
You're all because of me. I'm afraid the only thing left is to be thrown into the sea.
Aw, you don't have to do that. We got a plane.
Wow, Larry.
That's very courteous of him.
Let's just make it quick. Here.
Thank you for your kindness, Larry.
You could have just used the cannon.
Yeah.
Just shoot me into the water.
I'm very aerodynamic, you see. I've got a thin shape like Waluigi.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe the only thing Pa cared about was Jonah wanting a refund.
They have his best interests at heart here.
I'm the Mr. Krabs of the VeggieTales universe.
Yeah.
Where's me
Which
money?
Which one is?
Hmm?
Which one is Pa?
He's the guy. I almost said the guy with no eyes. Two of the characters don't have eyes.
Oh yeah.
He's
Is
the
he
he's the
yellow?
grape.
Oh okay.
Yeah, that's Mr. Lunt.
So is he not in this scene right now because he's a grape?
What is it?
Pa Grape's the one with like the right there. He's the one with the
Oh.
mustache. Yeah.
Oh,
with
he's a
the
grape. That's
giant-
right. He's a. Oh, I thought he was a pea. I thought he was a giant pea. Okay.
I could help.
I mean, that
forgot
would be
they
a
were-
funny name, Poppy.
Yeah. I forgot grapes could be green for a second.
I can't believe this movie predicted tech support scams.
Yeah.
Hello,
Yes.
I am Khalil. There's something wrong with your computer.
Hello, your computer is virus. Have you seen that with like Baljeet from
friggin-
Genius?
yes!
Yeah.
It's like in 144p.
Yeah. Oh. I feel like I can do such a good. I don't know how to say this. I can do such a good like. I guess you would say stereotypical Indian accent. I don't want to get too much into it though, because I don't want to get canceled. I guess so.
Don't worry, no one's canceling you.
Okay, appreciate it. But your computer, it does have voice. It has voice.
There was a bonus feature called Digital Dailies, and they showed that shot, and there was like the ship was gone, so like he was standing on a
Right.
floating stick.
Wow, what the heck?
Yeah.
Like they had it. Like was it gonna be like a close-up shot, and the ship like wasn't supposed to, it wasn't gonna be in view, or they just straight up didn't add the ship yet?
I don't know. That's a good question. Yeah, there was a shot where there was a flying guitar. And it, like
What?
the road looked like it was covered in tar and grease.
Huh.
Man, those water physics though. Oh my goodness. For 2002, this looks great.
Yeah, I mean, would you be able to just rewind it a little bit again? I just want to see. I guess I want to see appreciate the water physics more.
I
closely.
can't
Oh.
during a commentary.
Oh, okay. All right.
I mean,
that's
you
all
can
right.
see it now.
Oh, okay, yeah, there it is. There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like I said, I think honestly the production value on this is actually really good. Like I said, obviously, it's not gonna have the budget as like a
Oh,
big
it
Disney
went
movie,
over
but-
budget.
I guess
It was
that
like
does make
30 million, I think.
Huh.
Like that's
It
a
does-
big budget for
oh, that-
2002.
Yeah, that is actually, but yeah, I guess I can. I mean, honestly, I do feel like for 2002, I don't think like Pixar or DreamWorks would have actually been like that much better looking than this. You know what I mean? Like, if even.
I think Finding Nemo came out around this time.
Yeah, I'd have
And
to
that-
watch that again.
Yeah, I mean they spend most of the time underwater, so I mean,
Uh huh.
I have the art book that shows stuff from this film from 1999, like concept art
Oh
from
wow.
99, and the whale looked friggin' scary.
Why is concept art always so like? They gotta get like a few horrifying ideas out there. Like, have you seen the concept art for Epic Mickey?
Oh yeah, I did, and then there was like the test animation
I don't know if I saw the test animation.
where like Mickey
but
looked off model.
I haven't seen the test animation, but I've just seen the still concept art, and I've seen
Yeah.
there's like, I guess if you get, I guess there's like a good route and a bad route in the game, and like Mickey was all like, I don't know, he looked like Werehog Sonic or something. I don't know. They had like this really gnarly looking Mickey where there was like ink like flowing off of him, and he just looked like really dark.
Oh, I've seen
and, like,
that.
yeah, and then there were just like all these like really freaky like the Grim Reaper is just like one of the random enemy designs that they came up with. I'm like, what were they trying to do with this game?
They were trying to make Mickey for another audience, I guess. I'm gonna be honest, I don't like what they're doing with Mickey right now. Because they're like being
Oh,
too
yeah.
safe with him.
Yeah, I feel like, I feel like Mickey is just, he's kind of just like a mascot at this point more than a character.
Yeah, it's
Like-
sad.
With Mario, like you see Nintendo is like, they're just like constantly making, I don't know, games, movies, like they're just constantly making content. But like Mickey, like you see him on merchandise, but like how much like Mickey like, actual like content, like, I know there was like that little TV show with the shorts. I mean, I kind of like
Yeah.
that. That was kind of funny, but outside of that, there's basically nothing. So.
Well, yeah, and the stuff they do make now, it's usually for preschoolers. Like, I think
Oh,
they're
yeah,
bringing
that's
back
right, like
Mickey
the-
Mouse Clubhouse and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I have seen. Yeah, most of the Mickey stuff is just Disney Junior. It seems like.
Yeah, I miss when they had like House of Mouse. Where,
Oh,
like you
yeah,
had
I
all
used
the
to
Disney
watch-
characters.
I used to watch that when I was a little kid.
Yeah, that
And
was
they
like
had-
the best thing ever at the time, because like
Yeah.
everyone was in one place.
Yeah, that was really cool. And then they had like, they had the new like the new cartoons that they made to go with it. Like I think they were called Mouse Works or
Yeah.
something. They were all part of the House of Mouse thing. But yeah, those were all really good.
Yeah, and for some reason they won't put House of Mouse on Disney Plus.
That is really weird.
I know, because
they'll
it's like one of the best shows.
They'll put like literally any random obscure like Disney Channel show that everyone's forgotten about, but they will not put like the show with all the Disney characters in it on their streaming service.
Yeah. That and how they're treating Muppets. I mean,
yeah.
they did get that new Electric Mayhem show, but I don't think that did well. I hear it was great though.
I haven't tuned into what they were doing with Muppets, but I know they had like I know they changed the voice actor for Kermit like however long ago. I guess.
Yeah, I still can't get used to it. I know a lot of people debate about it, but I can't.
Yeah, I mean Kermit, that guy. Has he been the voice of Kermit since like the 80s or the 70s? How long is the other guy, the guy that Disney basically replaced, been the voice of Kermit?
Wait, are you talking about the guy who replaced Jim Henson after he died?
Yeah.
He did it up until that ABC Muppets.
Uh-huh.
The one that was like The Office, and then I guess because the guy voicing him performing him at the time was hard to work with, they just replaced him with Matt Vogel, who also is Big Bird.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah,
that makes sense. So you're saying that just him not being Jim Henson is hard to get used to, or the Matt Vogel voice is hard to get used to?
The Matt Vogel voice is hard to get used to because Kermit sounds like a human now.
Oh, that's weird. His voice, Kermit should sound.
Yeah, he had like a cartoony type voice.
Yeah. Come on, everybody. I mean, so he doesn't like. Does he try to do a Kermit voice, or does he just do?
He does, but it comes off like this sometimes, for the most part. Hi, I'm Kermit the Frog.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kermit the Frog. Like a Squidward voice.
Squirrely, I'm Fancy Son from band class.
Just try to imagine him in his underwear, Squiddy.
Oh no, he's hot!
Dang, that's a spot-on Squidward impression.
I wouldn't say that, but thank you, I'm flattered.
No problem.
You mean, and just like you, we delivered.
They're so shiny.
They are.
It kind of throws me off that there's the one guy who just is humanoid and he has human lips.
Oh yeah. And he's kind of muscular for a vegetable too.
Muscular, yet he doesn't have arms.
Yeah, he's got that V shape to him,
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
No, but this song is so dope. Like, they didn't have to go this hard.
They went all in with it.
Yeah. That's the thing about VeggieTales. They just had a banger after banger.
Yeah, I mean, do they ever, like, for any of the other movies that they had, VeggieTales movies around this time, did they ever have this kind of production quality to them?
I don't know if I can say yes or no. Definitely not as much as Jonah, that's for sure. Like, this was probably the most ambitious VeggieTales related project ever.
Wow. I guess I picked a pretty good one to watch then.
Yeah, Pirates I don't think tops this at all.
No, yeah. I mean, I thought it was funny when I was a kid, but
Well, yeah, Mr. Lunt carries that whole movie.
Oh yeah, like it was a very funny movie, but I mean, did that one have any sort of Christian message in it?
No, it was secular.
Yeah, like, I mean, it was a very enjoyable movie, but I feel like if it's not like a Christian thing, I feel like it doesn't really feel like, it's not VeggieTales at that point. It's just kind of
Phil
like,
wrote that in hopes that it would save Big Idea. When things were going wrong, he wrote the pirate movie and he wrote the Bob and Larry movie. I
see.
just
Oh,
hope the Bob and Larry movie comes.
Oh yeah, that's. Oh yeah. What do you think
It-
would be the?
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say, so the Bob and Larry movie. Do you think like is that a situation where you think like the fan community is gonna like, like try and sort of I don't know recreate that, or do you think that's just gonna be too much of a?
Well, it wasn't even
Oh,
created to
evil.
begin with. Like, it didn't
Oh.
pass any concept art, and we don't even know what the script is.
Right. Oh, I see. So if they want to get that movie made, they're gonna kind of have to try to wrestle the VeggieTale rights back again.
Oh, yeah.
Oh boy.
If anything, that movie would be a great send-off if they were not to do any more VeggieTales projects. Because
yeah.
it's very... The way Phil explained it to me, it's very much like the Muppet movie, the first Muppet movie.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and Bob and Larry are, like, brought to life through some science experiment. I forget what.
Oh, that's so. Is it? I'm assuming it's like. If he says like the Muppets movie,
Where
I'm a-
instead
I'm a-
of frog legs, the main villain's trying to get them to promote vegetable soup.
okay.
Yeah.
So is it gonna be like a completely animated movie, or would it be like?
Yeah,
a
it was
live
going to be
action?
completely animated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the humans, everything.
Wow.
Yeah, there was a scene from it used in Over the Hedge.
Well, wow. Wait, they just straight up took a scene.
Yeah,
from
because when
that they
people
gonna-
when the layoffs were happening at Big Idea, those employees were going to like DreamWorks and stuff. So like for Over the
Oh,
Hedge,
okay.
there was a car chase scene of some sort, and originally
okay.
that was Bob and Larry
Oh.
trying to escape a soup factory in a truck.
Oh. Oh, dang. I wonder if on the off chance they ever get that movie made, I wonder if they're going to have to, like, retool. Well, I guess they'd have to retool that scene because, movie scripts go through a lot of changes. But that is, I do remember the chase
Yeah.
scene from Over the Hedge.
I don't. I have to rewatch it.
I feel like the most memorable scene from that movie is the squirrel.
Oh
drinking
yeah.
the energy
But I
drink.
like the cookie.
Yeah.
I forget what was his name. Did it start with an R?
I know the raccoon was, I think the raccoon was RJ or something, so I can't remember what the squirrel's name.
It's on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, I feel like it was something like a scraggly sounding name. I just can't think of it.
Yeah, and then there was that giant grizzly bear. I remember.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, he showed up there was like the animal control guy and the crazy lady and then the grizzly bear, and I think they all got like fried by whatever like security system or something.
Yeah. Man, look at that sand physics.
Yeah.
It'll be funny if they decide we're gonna release the Larry Boy movie when the new Mario movie comes out.
Oh, is
Gee,
it
I
gonna
wonder
be
which one will do better.
Yeah, that's not a very profitable
Yeah.
decision there. Is it?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I think the Mario movie would trump it.
Yeah, I mean the Mario movie, like, that was a big achievement, making $1 billion like that. Like,
Oh, yeah,
that second-
I mean- Oftentimes people complain about it just because of Chris Pratt, but I didn't mind it.
Yeah, like I was glad he was at least trying to do like, he was doing some sort of Brooklyn accent. So
Yeah.
I think that was good. I mean, as long as he's got a little bit of a, Italian, the Brooklyn, kind of thing going on, I was fine with it, especially because you've seen like the old Mario cartoons, like the Super Show.
Yes,
And
yes, I
yeah.
love the Super Show references.
Yeah, especially I was so glad they had the Super Show theme in there. So many people. There's like,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, there's like people that like to complain about those cartoons, like they're all like, cringy and dated, but I don't know. I always loved them.
My favorite line is, "Oh no, I can't. I'm having a baby."
Yeah. I think I remember that.
Yeah, Luigi was trying to get out of doing something.
I think it's really interesting. Like, they kind of, I mean, it's kind of weird how they had Luigi's like cowardly personality in that show, you know, even before like Luigi's Mansion. Like, he was kind of just as much as, you know, like a scaredy cat type of character in that show. Like, I wonder if Nintendo kind of just took it from.
Yeah, I feel like they did, and I also noticed one thing that someone pointed out. You know the whole where Brooklyn is flooding and Mario and Luigi jump down a sewer?
I think, is that from the Super Mario Bros. 3 one, or is that the Super Show?
I'm talking about the movie.
Oh, the movie. Oh, yeah, the movie. Yeah, I do.
That is a big reference to the Super Show. Apparently, they do the same exact thing in one of the Super Show episodes.
I feel like I don't know what episode it would be, but I feel like I vaguely remember Mario and Luigi grabbing onto some like pipe in some kind of sewer thing and just like trying to, you know, climb it the same way they do in the movie. Is Jonah, is he like a little sick here?
Oh, a bit more pale. Because he's been in the whale.
Oh, okay. That'll do that. That'll do it to you.
Yeah. I need some sun.
Yeah. Master Larry, do you happen to have any tanning lotion by chance?
Who carries tanning lotion? We're vegetables.
Well, technically you're fruit.
Is it? I heard. Is it cucumber a fruit?
Yeah.
I just found out recently, like, peppers are fruits, apparently.
Yeah,
I
a
was
lot
surprised by
of
that.
things that we thought were vegetables are actually fruit. It's very odd.
It's super weird to me. Like, I get tomatoes because they're so, like, juicy and soft and squishy, but everything else, like peppers and... Yeah, there's... I mean, I guess cucumbers kind of have, like, a fruity taste, but they're very hard, like a vegetable, and...
Well, the seeds are on the inside.
Yeah, I think that seems to be, like, kind of what makes something a fruit, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On lottery tickets! We lost!
Yeah. We're gonna go get some more now!
Wait, I need that! Why?
It's okay, we got a credit card. Doesn't matter if we're in debt.
We won the Mr. Twisty's Twisted Cheese Curl sweepstakes.
I love that wheeze. It's like
Yeah.
the Mama Luigi wheeze.
That's Mama Luigi to you, Mario.
Yeah.
That's exactly the first thing that came to mind when he did that.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Those guys are going... Oh, I gotta bleep myself.
Oh,
Those guys are
that
going
goes-
in with the fish.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, in this town, we're famous. Hey, look,
I can't help but feel bad for Big Idea because Rumor Weed was the last thing they used for Softimage, and they made a lot of background characters for that, only to not be able to use them
against the royal
in
Oh my
Maya.
gosh. Wow.
Oh, is
So they couldn't like export. They couldn't export it as anything from the original software, basically. They could use in
I wonder
Maya.
if they could have.
Probably. Yeah, I guess that makes sense because they probably, you know, it's probably like possible, but it's like you gotta like, you know, when you make a new export function, I'm assuming you gotta write like a new code to get it to, you know, export a certain file format. So
I can't move.
I can't.
It would be cool if like they would do that. Like I don't know why they would need to. They have so many assets throughout the years
right
within
They just-
Maya that they can just bring whenever they want.
right, just for nostalgia, they're like, look guys, the classic background characters from Larry Boy.
I imagine those wouldn't be hard to remodel. I
Yeah,
mean,
probably,
a fan was
probably
able
not.
to.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Honestly, it would probably be easier to remodel them than it would be to even just write the code to
Yeah,
get
because
those
writing
to
a code
export.
takes a lot of time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, a friend of mine wrote a code to where we could put the friggin' bump map around the mouth in Blender.
Wow.
Yeah, I barely use it. I use it for like still renders, but like when it comes to animating, it just takes so long to bake.
Right. Yeah, I tried making. I think it was like I was like messing around with like a little Lego Ninjago character in Blender. It was like about a year ago, but I was just trying the basic render feature. I don't think I used like Eevee or anything because I just had no idea what I was doing basically. But it takes, I don't know. It was taking a long time. So anything
I
that's
do
gonna
have
increase
an
render
idea
time.
if you're ever going back to it. I don't know if you tried putting a video file over the face mesh.
I don't think so.
I feel like that would be very helpful if you're going to
Is that
do something like that.
okay? Just putting a video file, does that help with like animating expressions or something?
Yeah,
or-
like you animate what you need, like the dialogue,
Uh-huh.
expressions, everything, and then you just put that on the
Right.
face and animate the character.
Oh, okay. That's pretty interesting. I didn't know that's like a shortcut or a method that you can kind of animate.
Well,
That's
it's
pretty
not a
cool.
method I do. I just figured since it's like a 2D face.
Oh yeah, because yeah, those Lego faces are just straight up flat, basically. So
Yeah, I feel like that's how they made. I know someone made like a custom rig in Blender for that, but and it's very interesting. But like, I mean, what I said was just like a shortcut.
right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that sometime.
Yeah, I forget where it is. I saw it on social media one time. I don't think I ever bookmarked it, which I sort of wish I had.
Oh man. So every time I've ever, I guess thought of Nineveh, like every time there's been like a sermon or, I've just read the Bible, I guess, with the Jonah, the whole Jonah thing. I think the image in my head of Nineveh, just every time it's like mentioned, even though I haven't seen this movie in years, like I think I guess this portrayal of Nineveh has just like stuck in my head. Like that's what I see. It just looks exactly like the same. Like how the sky is kind of like red and like there's just like
Yeah.
I don't know, like canyon rock everywhere. That's just what I imagine it looks like. I guess just because of this movie, it's just like stuck with me for all that time.
Oh, you could see someone forgot to subdivide one of the eyes.
Oh no.
I was able to see the poly count on one of the pupils.
Oh.
It's always funny to see those technical goofs. Like there was one where Larry did an expression with his eyes, and his eye was clipping through the other, like his lid.
Oh no.
Like it was going through the top of the other lid.
Right, just like that little white portion of his eyeball.
Not
Have
the
you
white
seen,
portion, but like it was like one of the green eye, like the top of Jonah's eye. It was like poking through the other eye. Like the top.
Okay, yeah. So his eyelid was going through his other eyelid.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
What were you
Have
gonna say?
seen- Oh, I was gonna
Oh,
say,
my
have you
bad.
seen? Oh no, that's okay. Have you seen Larry Boy and Larry Boy and the Bad Apple?
Yes.
Yeah, I really liked that one when I saw it. I can't remember when did that one come out? Was that like 2008 or?
2006, I think.
Oh, okay.
It was a fun episode.
Yeah, yeah. I thought it felt kind of cinematic to me for some reason.
A decree from the king.
I mean, my personal preference is rumor weed.
Oh yeah, well, you can't go wrong with the Crest toothpaste.
This man out of the great fish will give us a second chance.
You ever look at those carrot people and think they look like the what are those creatures from one of the, was it Spy Kids where they had the thumb heads?
Oh, I've only seen Spy Kids like once, but I remember something from the Spy Kids just freaking me out when I was a little kid, and maybe it was thumb people, honestly, because I feel like I remember a giant hand or giant fingers or something in that movie. So
Yeah, it was very off-putting.
yeah,
Like, how do
almost
they
had, like,
see?
yeah.
Is that a dead whale outside? What is that?
Well,
Are
oh
you
my
seeing?
gosh, yeah, it does.
Yeah, it looked like a
Yeah, that does look
carcass.
that is a whale. I think that is a whale carcass.
I don't know what that was, but there was blood. I think it was blood. Jeez.
Yeah, it might have been.
So crazy how that's a 2D painting.
Wow, yeah. Yeah, I was honestly, that reminded me of, have you heard of Scott Cawthon's game The Desolate Hope?
I've been hearing stuff about Desolate Hope, but I forget. Wasn't that a Christian game or something?
That was The Pilgrim's Progress.
Oh, my bad.
Which also,
Yeah.
yeah. Both of them actually had some very well designed enemies, but in The Desolate Hope, I think that was like Scott's like probably the biggest game that he made, and just like the way some of the like background design, yeah, they just, there was like some Mars looking planet thing, and it just, this like that canyon, the Nineveh, in the distance over there, just like really reminds me of the backgrounds in his game, I guess. Like they just have kind of like, I don't know, a certain like deserty like aesthetic to it, or just like kind of like harsh shading, I guess you'd say.
Yeah, I think I'm out of the loop, because is Desolate Hope new?
Oh no, it's from 2012, I think.
Oh, okay.
I was
Probably missed out on that.
yeah. No, I only found out about it like about a month or two ago. But yeah, it's like an it's like a platformer with RPG battles. You play like a coffee pot with feet or legs. It's pretty funny,
Oh.
but yeah.
Yeah, I only heard about Desolate Hope because a friend of mine, he actually released a game today. It's called Summer Shift at Arbors, and
Okay.
it looks very much like an old Scott Cawthon game.
Okay, I'll have to look into that.
Yeah.
I feel like has there been,
I actually
like,
voice a
demos
character
that?
in that.
Oh, all right. I'll definitely have to look into that then. Yeah. he is a worm / caterpillar after all, so he's...
All your whining made me hungry. It was just a weed. Just a weed. It was my shade.
Have you noticed that when they do close-ups, the mouth looks very low quality? Like it looks like a JPEG.
I'll have to pay closer attention. Let me see.
Oh. I just noticed the quality was low. I'm like, huh? You see how it's a bit blurry?
Like like the teeth and everything, or just like, you mean like the area
Like
around
the entire
the
mouth is just so, it's like a blurry image.
Oh yeah.
I know they used cookie cutter, but like, it's very, it's very weird. It's,
Yeah.
it's like bothering me now.
It is.
Now
it
it's
is-
high
yeah, it is.
quality.
Yeah, maybe they just, maybe the renderers, you know, they took a break during that scene just now, I guess.
Well, here's what I know. I'm pretty sure they had options on how much quality it was, because a friend of mine made a tool. I mean, I talked about it. You could check. You could set the quality, like the aspect ratio of the mouth, and the lower you were, the faster it would render. So I sort of feel like they may have
Right.
done that here. Wow, Archibald
could be.
language, calling people fish flappers.
Oh my gosh, what is wrong with him? It's almost as
Now
bad
he's
as
an
tartar
inchworm.
sauce. Well, they can relate now.
You know, patience runs very deep in my family. But not me. I am out of here. What? What are you doing? I wanted to be big and important.
Well, he does get to be big later on, apparently. Yeah.
Just not as important.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, they did. They gave him bigger roles later on. Like they did a Pinocchio knockoff called Pistachio, and he was Jiminy Cricket.
Oh wow. Who's
But like
Pistachio?
Junior.
Oh, okay.
And then instead of
Is he-
Geppetto, they had Gelato. That was Larry.
That's a pretty great one there.
Yeah,
I
they
can
were
see
very
that, I
clever
can
with
see that.
doing doing parodies. Also, that's all 2D.
Hmm.
Like that's a painting.
Wow.
Because when they
That's-
in the commentary they said when they were trying to render the 3D area, it looked like a video game.
That was honestly like that's a pretty smart, you know, utilization of 2D backgrounds though, because
Yeah.
I literally like sometimes, you know, people try to make a background, you know, they'll paint a background trying to make it look like a 3D rendering, I guess, but it'll have kind of like, you know, the painted quality, which is, you know, it'll look good, but it's not gonna look like something that'll fit with a 3D model. But I would not be able to tell that was not just like a rendered background there.
You want to know the crazy part about it? It was done by
What?
one guy in a night.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Some of
they
these
were.
artists,
They
man.
worked fast.
Yeah, some of these are. You know the original appearance of Mickey Mouse playing crazy? I can't remember if it was done. The whole thing was animated in one night or 2 days by one guy. And
What?
He pumped out. I just know that he pumped out 200 frames in one night.
Oh my god.
I'm like, what superpowers do some of these people have? Like, I cannot imagine doing 200 frames in one night.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm still trying to wrap my head around that because that's all hand drawn.
Yeah, no, it is.
Oh my god.
Like, it takes me 5 hours to draw anywhere from 4 frames to, like, I don't know, maybe 8, but they'd be like very rough, unfinished frames.
Yeah, and you also got to worry about cramping and carpal tunnel.
Oh yeah, carpal tunnel that's definitely something I gotta watch out for. If I really get into it, or get into a really good like drawing stretch, you know, I'll definitely start to feel it in my fingers or my knuckles.
Yeah, I would always feel it in my wrist. It was the worst.
Yeah. I'm
And that was just
constantly-
from writing so much.
Yeah. I used to get it. Yeah, just even writing would do it too. Yeah, just. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you did a lot of that in school.
got- Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
My hand is cramping, Mrs. Puff. Make it stop.
Yes, that was a classic moment. I actually it's like a compression glove for that very reason though. And I see like people on Reddit, they're like, "Oh, you don't want to use a compression glove when you're drawing. You just don't." And I'm just like, "Well, I'd rather not get carpal tunnel." So you know.
I mean, is it
kind of holds
comfortable?
Yeah, it's comfortable. I mean, I don't wear it all the time, but if my wrist starts to hurt, it's better to wear that because it kind of keeps my wrist in place so I can like try to draw with my whole arm.
I get you.
Yeah.
Hey, how is he playing the guitar?
He's echolocation.
Wait, I could say the same about Dad Asparagus. Yet Larry's not allowed to play the guitar.
Yeah.
He
they
does
make a-
later on though.
Uh-huh. Is there like a gag or a joke that Larry can't play the guitar since he doesn't have any hands?
I think it was the gag was made just before like the as long as the item is within the vegetable's silhouette, it's fine to hold.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I get those people are like they know how to what is it when you levitate items with your mind.
Telekinesis.
Yeah, telekinesis.
Yeah.
I get that a lot.
Wow.
I mean, there are instances where they break the rule and have the item just floating outside of the character's vicinity, but it still looks like they're holding the item.
Right. That's kind of strange how they're able to like, especially if it's out of their vicinity. Like since they don't have any hands, it's almost like they gotta give them some weird sort of like body language to kind of imply that, you know, that,
I mean,
hey, I'm holding this, I'm levitating this thing in front of me.
It's way better than what they used to do, because they used to have to put a lot of work when a character was carried. Like, if you saw Are You My Neighbor, when they're, like, putting Jimmy and Jerry into the little capsule pods or whatever.
Uh-huh.
They had the characters, like, very close to the characters, and they were bouncing on them.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
They had to be touching, basically.
Yeah. It's weird because, like, the episode before that, Larry was able to drive a ship with, like, a steering wheel and everything. Oh, my God.
Maybe
I feel like they could have done that shot better because that did a number on my eyes. Oh, God, it's so bright.
Yeah, there's a bit. Yeah. Maybe it need to be a bit of an epilepsy warning there.
I beg your pardon?
The Chad.
Have we met?
They were reincarnated.
Yeah. Reunited
Man.
after thousands of years.
Reunited,
Wow.
and it feels so good.
Yeah.
What a great film! We have to talk through the credits.
Okay. Yeah. Wow, that was the. I guess we did get through the whole movie.
Yeah, I didn't think we'd be able to talk through the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, that
We
was
chugged
pretty-
through it, and I had my
Yeah.
water to help me.
Oh, I forgot I had my water here, which is really weird because I definitely drink more water than the average human being. Like,
Me too.
yeah, whenever I go to the gym, I keep going, I'm constantly going back to the water fountain, like after every other set of reps or something that I do. Like if there's like a person at the counter near the water fountain, I'm really hoping they don't think I'm like some creepy weirdo who's like trying to look at them or something, because I'm just that thirsty all the time.
I didn't know you went to the gym.
Well, I had a 5-year streak of not going to the gym, being very out of shape. So it's just like, as of the past couple of months, I've been trying to get swole, and my brother, like, he's got much bigger muscles than I do, but I thought, I've been going to the gym, so I'm like, maybe I can take him in some arm wrestling. So I tried both my right arm and my left arm, and I was kind of humiliated a little bit there, trying to arm wrestle him. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't need to go to the gym because the job I have already has me exercising. Because I work at a package facility.
Oh, yeah. When I think of, like, every time I think of what's a job that, like, is going to get you fit or in shape, physical labor, I pretty much think any job where you're lifting heavy packages around is definitely going to do it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Huh?
I was going to say, I mean, if you get a heavy package, if you're, like, lifting that, I mean, do you get I'm assuming you get some pretty heavy packages that you got to...
Dude, I hurt one of my arms.
Oh.
Like, I pulled something. And then I went to pull a lever at work with my other arm. Hurt that one too. And I'm like,
Oh my
no.
God.
So I just got released off my right arm. And my physical therapist is still working on my left arm.
I see. Yeah. And I realized when I started going to the gym, well, I'll say again because I used to go more frequently, but not as of like the past half a decade or more. But when I was starting to work out, whenever I tried lifting any weights, I think I was really screwing up the form, and that would just like really mess up my bones and my joints. Like I was trying to pump like the hand pump soap or whatever the soap bottle thing. I was just trying to press on it with my right hand. I could not do it because it hurt so much to just try and push down on the soap lever thingy with my hand that I had to use my other arm to do it.
That's insane. Yeah, even though... Yeah.
Oh, I was just going to say, it's not like I was, doing the absolute most intense workout ever. I was just screwing up while I was working out. So I was just, as a result of that, I kind of messed up my joints for about a week at least.
Yeah, I have a bad lower back.
Oh.
My sciatic nerve's always acting up.
Oh man, I wouldn't call this like back pain, although I do get a sore back sometimes, but I've always like struggled with just trying to keep my back straight. Like I'm a pretty tall guy, so, yeah, and like I have to look if I see a mirror, like I'll be like, oh, I look like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. I gotta straighten myself out. It's so bad, and I can't even tell. Like I cannot tell when my arms are aligned or if I'm like being like if my back is too straight or my neck is too straight. Like I can never tell when I have a good posture.
Dude, I totally get you. Hey, it looks like we're at the end of the movie. We're talking about back problems.
That would be. I wonder if Larry. He's kind of a lanky guy too. I wonder if he ever has any back problems.
Yeah. Well, anyway, thank you, Russmars2, for joining me.
Oh yeah, you're very welcome. I was glad to.
And we'll see you next time.
All right. I'll see you all, everyone.